All right, so what's your conclusion with the modified props?
My conclusion is this is a must buy if you have a DJI FPV.
Okay, this is kind of a continuation of a video I released recently in which Eddie Nunez tried out these Aikon prop adapters for the DJI FPV with the props that you see here. Now, I purchased the same exact setup because he got a great result from this exact setup. I know there's options once you put these adapters on to get other props, but I wanted to get the same results, so I stuck with the same formula. Now this is the Ethix P4 candy cane and the Aikon prop adapters for the DJI FPV. Now I got this set up from Get FPV. Now, real quickly, just want to touch on something. It could be very important that you figure out which prop goes where. So you want to match and make sure these angles are the same exact before you start taking things apart, because you're not going to have these little indicators here with like the red and the side that doesn't have the red marks to put your props on. Once you put these adapters on, these adapters really, they're all the same, so you're not going to know which props to put where, and you don't want to flip your drone on the first run. So try to match the angle and be aware which one goes where. This one matches, so the reds go in the front, and let me see what's the bottom here. All right, so this angle is right, so obviously this one goes on the last one. Just want to check. I believe the top is more finished. Perfect. All right, so that's that. So I know which props go where before I take everything apart. Now, as you can see, it has the hose there that will match with the DJI FPV. And let's get into it. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. All right, so let's continue on. Let's get this box out of the way. Let's get the prop adapters out the way. And let's remove these factory props. Trying to keep stuff in camera, but just removing this anyway. Get that out of the way. As you can see, the 3 screws. And now this is a hexagon 1.5 as far as my little repair kit states. And just want to remove these little screws. Now the adapter kit does come with a bag of screws, extra screws. Up, one down. Let me just take out this one, and now, all right. So you see what happened there? It's just the spring. So just want to show you guys. There's a spring there. I guess that peg stays there. Yeah. So it goes over it. All right. So you're gonna have this peg sticking out. You just want to go over it like that. Like, I'm just gonna show you one because it's gonna be exactly the same for all 4. So we don't have to waste a lot of time. And you know what? Let me see if their screws are different. Let me just check, because I don't want to mess up something by using the wrong screw. Something so silly. So just get one screw out and see if there's any difference. You know what? They seem I wish I could show you guys this, but it's hard to hold these little tiny screws up. The screw that came with the prop adapters seem a little bit longer, like a tiny bit longer, so I'm gonna use what they gave me because it's part of the kit and there has to be a reasoning behind it, right? Maybe. I don't want to find out the hard way. So I'm not gonna use the factory screws from the DJI FPV. Here we go. And all right, so that's what you get. That's the finished product of the installation of the prop adapters. Now I'm going to jump to having all 4 of them on, and then we'll work on the next step. So anyway, I forgot something that's very important, and which is the Loctite. I forgot to put Loctite just because, you know, the drone, vibration, whatever. We don't need these screws to come loose after a little while and have an issue. So I purchased the Thread Locker Blue, which is removable if, you know, I want to backtrack a little bit later and put on the props, put on the factory props again. But like I said, I redid it and now it has the thread locker on there just in case. I take no chances. Alright, so here we are. All 4 prop adapters are installed. Like I said, I used the Threadlock Blue to make sure they stayed fastened properly throughout many flights. Now, like we discussed before, now we have the props in position, right? Let's just put them on so we don't confuse them by moving around too much. They're all ready to go. I never moved them this whole time. So this one's a little tight, so let me see. They seem to have gone all the way down, and they provided these 2 wrenches. So, and we got the nut. So now, should I put a little Loctite on there too? I believe so. Let me see. I'm gonna put a little bit because honestly, I don't plan to take these off. Just put a little one that nut is locked on. It'll pull it down to the thread. So let me just clean that extra. There's a little extra there. Alright, so there we go. Put this lock nut on. Alright, so you're definitely going to need both of these because underneath, as you can see, they have a little nut thing there that you can lock onto. You want to make sure that this is pressing down because if not, your props would just skip. Starting to feel some pressure and I locked in. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Now I'm going to do the other 3. Like I said, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, so I'm not going to drag you through this process right now. You just saw how I did it. Alright, so this is the finished product. All 4 props are on. Now you might want to double check and make sure that all the props are tightened enough. So push on the motors and the props with your hands as so. And obviously you don't want to over tighten it because they're plastic and they'll crack. But like I said, this is pretty much a continuation of a previous video in which Eddie Nunez tried out this exact products and raved about the performance he was getting. So this is a quick installation of those products. Now I also realized that I could put the whites in the front and the reds in the back as long as I switched over right to left, vice versa. Now I also purchased these extended sticks for the DJI FPV setup. Now I'm not going to make a whole video about this, but basically you swap these sticks out from the factory sticks and they're a lot bigger and you get more precise movement with less effort. And there's a lot of things online that they say that'll benefit you with these sticks, but just be aware that there is a big difference and you will have to adapt to the change. If you compare the factory sticks, you can see that they're a lot bigger, and these sticks in particular are 3 pieces and they could be adjusted to be made bigger. Right now I'm at the smallest setting, but you just adjust the 3 pieces as a centerpiece and 2 pieces on there, and you could adjust it to the highest point. But I'll leave a link to this product in the description as well. But like I was saying before, if you're already oh, that almost got away. But if you're already accustomed to the factory sticks, you're gonna have to adjust to these sticks. You might want to take it slow that first day or two, because you will be getting a lot more movement with less effort with these sticks. So you would have to definitely adjust to that. But like I said, I did that change as well, and I figured I'd speak to you about that as a bonus. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.